team for me, like walk me through like some of your skills coaches, your from your S&C. Like, do you focus on nutrition? Do you have a nutritionist? What does that look like in terms of your pro team?
So nutritionist, I don't have. I'm my own nutritionist. So I prepare my own meals. Um, I mean, usually it depends if I'm in camp or not in camp. Um, I kind of just stay off a lot of like the not healthy carbs. I stay with the good healthy carbs.
Yeah.
Um, and then just, I mean, like kind of, I don't like meat. I kind of try to stay away from meat. And just,
Really?
I mean, I'm my own nutritionist, so I kind of put everything together. My coach is my dad. My strength and conditioning is my dad. I mean, he does it all for me. So I train by myself. I train at 4:30 in the morning, and it's just me and him. So we have
I
our
saw
days
that.
for, yeah. So it's just me and him, and he just sets up my schedule. Like, okay, this day we're doing this, that. Okay, these are our sparring days. Our sparring days when we are in camp, we try to spar 3 times a week. So it's just it depends, you know. He just tries to
Right.
work with my schedule because my schedule's
Right.
crazy, but yeah.
I saw that. I think I saw like on your story, like a 5 a.m. sparring session. I was just like, oh, I was like, oh, that hit different. I was like, oh, ain't nobody doing anything with me athletic at 5 a.m. So I feel like, I feel like a lot of people like love to kind of know the inside story, the behind the scenes of the boxer.
Yeah.
And so I would love to know if you're cool, like walk us through a day in your life. Like I feel like I need a coffee to even listen to you talk about the amount of output that you have. But walk us through that. Walk us through that.
So I could maybe walk you through maybe, okay, so today, maybe. Yeah, today.
Yeah, let's do it.
Um, so I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. Today was my late day actually because my sparring partner got there at 5. So I was able to sleep 30 minutes more. So
Oh God.
yeah, yes, right. So 4:15, 4:30 woke up. I get all my things ready the night before. So everything's set up for me, my bag, my purse, my lunch bag. So I get everything ready the night before. I get up, I change, I feed my babies because I have 2 fur babies at home. So I feed them. I head to the gym. We did 8 rounds of sparring. Then we go ahead and do mitts and the bags, and it's all boxing today. So I'm out by like 7 o'clock, and then I go into work at 7:30. So I'm at work. Usually I do my 3.5 miles hills during my lunch hour, but I didn't do them today because I had sparring in the morning. So I did I didn't do my hills. I got off at 4:30, and then I had a doctor appointment at 5:30 here in Long Beach, and then I had you guys here at 6 o'clock, and then from here I'm
Yeah.
gonna head back to the gym. I'll be back at the gym. I should be there by like 7:30, 8 o'clock to pick up my kids, head home, make dinner, and then set everything up for the next day.
Wow. And then do it all over again. Wow. That is incredible. But it's so true, right? Like without, planning ahead and setting up the systems, it's almost impossible. You can't execute that kind of output without a good system in place.
I need a good system in place. I
Yeah.
plan ahead of time. I need my calendars. I have a written one. I have my phone. I have my Outlook at work. Like I need my planners on my calendar, and I have to book everything. Like I can't do it without a schedule.
Yeah.
It'll be crazy.
It'd be madness. No, tell me about how the relationship with your dad as your coach has sort of evolved since the amateurs. You guys, or even before that, you guys butting heads a little bit. Is that still something that you guys have to go through now, or is it sort of
We're
fine
getting
tuned its
better.
way? Okay.
No, we're getting better. We're getting better. It started off. He became my head coach in 2018. Um, but it wasn't that good. It was we were bumping heads too much to a point where he was like, I'm quit," and I'm like, "Okay, whatever." Then we were just having up and downs, and we just we both know now that we have to leave the athlete and the coach at the gym, and then the personal do not He started learning, do not take anything personal that happens at the gym. It's not personal. I'm losing weight. I'm hormonal. I'm getting ready. I have all this stress. So don't take anything personal. Like towards like my attitude, not that I'm rude to him, but like my attitude. Again, I'm daddy's girl. So it's just, we have a different bond than my other brothers and sisters, you know? So we started learning how to kind of like the boundaries and things like that. So we're working on it. It's gotten better since 2018. So much
Oh,
better.
that's so good. That is difficult. I mean, boxing's got a lot of awesome, like, athlete fathers, coaching father stories like throughout boxing. And I always find the dynamic so interesting. Like we were just talking to, Robert Guerrero, the Ghost, and he's his son's coach, and his son just made his pro debut, and listening to all the different family dynamics within the sport of boxing, I always find so fascinating. But it is really difficult, and I think you do have to keep it business when it's business, and then family when it's family, right? And then it's so interesting, talking to a lot of fighters who train with their family members, that a lot of the times it's like, all we do is talk about boxing at the dinner table, and it's just constantly boxing. So I'm wondering, do you find that same in your family as well? It's just
Same
everyone's
thing.
talking
So
boxing, right?
so I have not really. It's me and my dad. Me and my dad.
Right. Okay.
So I have a big family. My parents had 11 kids. So when we get together, everybody's really close. But then you'll find me and my dad in the corner talking about boxing. Like it's just we just can't stop talking about boxing, and it's like we'll catch ourselves like, okay, let me just go over here and you go over there, like because we're just talking about boxing. Like we can't stop it.
Yeah.
It's just boxing.
And what's like, are you a fan of the sport as well? You watch other fights and you follow other boxers?
No, I am not.
You're not the only one. Yeah, you're.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, you're not the only
when
one.
They ask me, I feel bad about it. And it's like, my dad loves to watch boxing. He's a fanatic. He loves boxing. My son, the 14-year-old, he's the amateur. He's a fanatic. He loves watching boxing. He goes back and watches, other boxers fight. Me, I won't even go back and watch my own fights. Like, I just won't do it. I don't like it. I like doing it. I don't like watching it.
Wow,
So
no way.
weird.
So
I don't know.
when it comes to reviewing, like, let's say game tape, do you just sort of leave that in your dad's hands, and then your dad will kind of formulate a plan based on your fight, and then he presents that to you as the plan? Fascinating.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
I'm guessing you probably.
He won't even tell me.
Wow.
He would
Wow, it's just like that's what we're doing.
Change the whole yes. Like I'm
Interesting.
telling you, he'll tell me this is what we're doing, and then I just trust the process. Like, all right, cool, this is what we're doing. I just trust him.
I'm so curious. Like, is there a bit of like kind of like psychology there with like you don't want to see yourself perform? Are you like a really hard critic of yourself, and you sort of need it to go through your coach's filter?
Yes, I don't like watching myself because I'll find the little like I'm too hard on myself. I just criticize myself too much. I can't do it. Everything
Wow.
I see something wrong on everything I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think, I will say that I feel like there's an element to that is important for an athlete to be successful, is you have to be like analyze and push yourself beyond what average people are doing. Like, to be extraordinary and to do a combat sport professionally, you need a certain level of like, I'm driven beyond the norm. But then what's the fine line between sitting back and also, celebrating yourself? Like, do you struggle with that as well?
To celebrate myself, like in
Yeah,
a win.
Just be like,
Yeah.
damn girl, you did a good job.
Yeah, no,
You know?
yeah, I'm really hard on myself. Yeah, I won't do that. I just can't. I'll find something that I should have done better, and I just can't be like, no, that wasn't a good performance. I could have done better. That's
Wow.
something I'm hard on myself, really hard.
And
Yeah.
have you been, is that something that you kind of always felt, or do you deal with that in other areas of your life, or just in boxing?
Just in boxing.
Yeah.
No, I do. Even though I'm over here saying I'm like the best mom, I I'm like that too about like being a mom, and I could do this, I could do that better, and I should have done this better. Or I'm like
Mm,
really hard on myself with my timing, with my kids or with my, yeah, I am hard on
mm.
myself about everything.